I think up to this point, everyone has been a bit worried, a bit apprehensive about the 2025 Disney Cars diecast mainline. I mean, as of Case T, there had only been one new release. There had been a few new variants, but overall, it hasn't been anything too spectacular. And after Case U here, we're launching right on into the new expanded universe line of Race and Rescue, which has definitely been controversial, to say the least. Some people really like how it looks, other people not so much, would prefer characters from the movies and Cars on the Road that just came out like 2 years ago that also has a ton of opportunity for new characters and variants. But hey, let's just focus on the in-between point here, and that is Case U, a pretty phenomenal case in my opinion, giving us a previously canceled release in Masha Ellswrench. Very excited about her. Couple new variants, cam spinners back, a lot of really interesting inclusions. Cannot wait to get into this case. And yeah, as you could see, it won't be an unboxing, but it will pretty much be in the spirit of one, as we will go through every single car, not just the highlights, but every single car from the case. I got my list right here. I've checked off everyone, so I have them all here on the table. And yeah, let's just dive right on in with one Rusteze Cruz Ramirez. She is back here. Don't mistake Rusteze Cruz here for Masha, both of them being yellow and kind of stand out on the pegs. But no, Rusteze Cruz, there's nothing special with her. She's been released many times over the last few years. I remember when she first came out in 2017, I absolutely adored her. I love this paint job. And it's still really cool. Definitely fits. I thought this kind of would be the long-term solution, but she ended up opting for Dynaco, going back to all those good speculation days pre-Cars 3. But I'm sure you guys are wondering, well, Mr. Docketer, this case is like brand new. How did you get all these? Well, I was extremely lucky. Coming home from work, usually could take two different routes, and one route being a lot faster than the other. But the slower route with more traffic has a Target that definitely was due for a restock. They had not restocked in like 3 weeks. The pegs were pretty much bare. So I had been checking there like every other day, but it's just painful because it almost doubles my commute back home. But I was like, you know what, screw it, let's do it anyways. I go in, bam, 2 full case U's just sitting there waiting for me. Probably were stocked. I mean, not more than 4 hours before I got there. I mean, I would be shocked if it was any longer than that, because I mean, it was untouched. Every single car was there. You'll see in the next episode of The Hunt, by the way, there is one Road Trip Lightning McQueen in this case. You're just one of Road Trip McQueen, the variant, not the original version, which a lot of people are starting to forget about. But yes, I was ecstatic. It was one of the best finds I've had in years, guys. I usually don't find new stuff that I don't already have, like, because usually I buy it online as soon as the case becomes available. I want to review it as soon as possible. There are 2 Rusteze Lightning McQueens in this case, but I'm sure you guys can duplicate it in your head. I'm just going to show you one of him. Hopefully that's okay with you. But yeah, to find Masha in particular, I do not remember the last time I found a new character in a store that I didn't already have, right? That I didn't already have from an online purchase. And to be completely honest, I was very tempted to purchase Masha online for like $30 off eBay just so I could have a reviewer for you guys. Like, that is my job. Like, I just love getting stuff as soon as possible and diving in and being the pioneer and, showing you guys if this is something you want to buy or not, if it's worth it to you. And there are 2 GRC Lightning McQueens in this case, which, yeah, his peg warming time is upon us, guys. I predicted this a long time ago. It took a little bit longer than I had thought, but yeah, it's here. It's time for GRC McQueen to hang around, but could be worse. I really do like this paint job still. But yeah, no, I mean, the last car that I found that I hadn't already had was Color Changers GRC Francesco Bernoulli. But does that really count? I mean, I'm really trying to think. Like, I did find Chet Boxcar, but that was a re-release, right? Masha is really special to me now because first time me getting my hands on her is in a store. And, that just brings me back to the olden days when I would actually, that was a, regular occurrence. I would go into a store and be like, oh, hey, I don't have that. Barely even seen pictures of it online. Like, those were good days, like 2010 to 2013. And as time has gone on, it's just been easier to order stuff online. Cuts down on time, gas, and stress. And let's move on here to one of the best from the case. 2 Sally's. Just kidding. Sally looks so adorable, though. I mean, you can't get upset with her. Same artwork they've been using for almost 20 years now. I just wish that the variant is the one that they have in the 5-pack. You guys know what I'm talking about. I actually have it on hand right here, so might as well show you. You can see on the back here, the stock image is completely different for it. So I don't know why they have like 2 different versions of Sally circulating that they're producing at the same time. Like, it makes no sense to me. But you can see massive difference between the 2. And this one is a much more accurate model. It's slightly more, actually, maybe the model is the same. Am I tweaking? The model might be the same because Sally got really confusing in 2018 when they actually came out with a different model of her from China, but then they kind of reverted back. But then there's this version that has the better eyes. I mean, the eyes just look way better. And yes, this is made in Thailand. It's not Vietnam or anything. So yeah, never understood why they're kind of, vacillating between the 2 variants of Sally. I'd love to see that one in a single package. So I would be inclined to open her up because I don't actually have that variant loose. I'm not going to open a whole 5-pack just for her, although it would be nice to get the hydraulic red Ramon loose. So maybe I will do that someday. All right, here we have one Doc Hudson. But yeah, kind of lost my train of thought, but all in all, I am ecstatic. I was through the roof, and you'll see in the episode of The Hunt, I get pretty emotional with it. I mean, what's better than finding one full case of a brand new case than finding, 2 of them, 2 full untouched cases. Very rare. I mean, most of the time when I find stuff, it's been picked over and I have to grind at it. It's like, okay, yay, I found a couple, and you have to keep chipping away at it until you finally get all of them from the case. And sometimes it doesn't happen. This year, I've been very fortunate. I've had some good time on my hands to go and hunt. So I've found pretty much everything. Target has been super clutch so far this year. Here we have one Sheriff. Whereas over the last couple of years, Target's been very inconsistent. This year, however, they've been really good. They've gone in every case so far, and to a pretty large extent. Like, I remember Case N was circulating around holidays. They had them in the Christmas section, kind of an additional spot. You could go and look if you didn't see anything in the main aisle. Then Case P, obviously was very, very well distributed. Case Q, I'd say as well. Case R, maybe a little less so, but still very prominent. And then Walmart got Case R in, so that was fine. And Walmart, I would say, got in a lot more Case Rs than they did of Case Q, and P did not get in Case N, so we got to keep that in mind. That's very unfortunate for Walmart. Walmart's slipping, by the way. Slim Hood on the wrong card back. It's going to bother me for the rest of eternity. Just put him on the Cars 3 card back. They need friends. I mean, it looks so lonely. It's awkward. McQueen and Jackson just by themselves on the card back. That's awkward as hell. You got to allocate Slim properly to break up that tension there. But yeah, one Sheriff. Then you have one Floyd Mulvihill. Now, Floyd Mulvihill and Claude Scruggs, both of which are in this case. There's one each of them. They're becoming problematic. They are in a lot of cases this year. There are cases where there are multiples of them. And yeah, so they're starting to pegworm a little bit. 2 characters that I really like. Kind of nostalgic, especially Claude over there. But yeah, I mean, the Piston Cup racers, Mattel kind of swung like to overcompensate. There was a period where they were super rare. Everyone loves these things, and everyone still does, but I feel like they've just overcompensated for it, and they've now produced too many. They couldn't find the sweet spot. I mean, Ernie Gearson, who's a brand new variant, is starting to pegworm a little bit because they're just including droves of him in the cases. I mean, 2 in some of these cases, that is overboard, especially after he's already been in a case or 2. I mean, GRC Jackson Storm's another one that you're going to start to see a lot of. And you got the card backs of both of them. Pretty much the same characters for the most part. Where was I? I've been all over the place. I'm like talking. I'm having two different conversations with you guys at the same time. Yeah, that really is good for the brain. All right, who's up next? None other than another Piston Cup racer, Dave Alternators. And he's a given peg warmer because he's been released a ton over the last 3-4 years. But that's a given. Like, you know, you just come to expect, yeah, Dave Alternator is probably going to be on the pegs. The other two, Claude and Floyd, a little bit more surprising. That being said, though, I still like Dave. It's not his fault. I like Winfrey. I like Billy. But, you know, the Piston Cup racers are just in a little bit of a drought right now in terms of demand. I feel like, yeah, the supply has overcome the demand. We'll see how it goes for Ryan Shields and Eugene Carbureski. I think Ryan could very well end up peg warming. Eugene probably is impervious and immune to peg warming just because of how popular he is. But Ryan, I wouldn't say he's immune to it at all. All right, next up, you have one of Cave Lightning McQueen. I really like this single. I'm glad that they brought this variant back for 2025, even though he's in a 2-pack last year with Pit Stoposaurus that didn't sell well. But the single from 2023 I thought was pretty coveted. Didn't find too many of that one at all in the stores. And that being said, though, I have found quite a bit of the 2025 version. This is now maybe his third case that he's been included in, so he's getting up there for sure. Just feel like, come on, include more Barney. Margaret Motorray, put her in another case. Margaret's a phenomenal release. They should definitely lean more upon her. Barney's cool too. Niall, yeah. Sorry, Niall. I'm a little over you and seeing you in the stores as well. Next up, GRC Raoul Caroule here. So he's back after debuting in Case S. But we have to keep in mind that he was released last year in Case K. And then he was released in a 2-pack this year with GRC Miguel. So he's no stranger, but I don't believe he'll be in another case after this. So if that makes any of you guys feel better, because yeah, this guy also peg warming a little bit. And I still don't understand why they brought back every single GRC racer that they did last year. Just a straight copy and paste, rearrange the 2-pack situation up a little bit. But yeah, I don't know why. Like, come on, just either don't give us all of them, just give us a few of them, maybe give us some other new stuff instead or some better re-releases. Or wild thought, now I know this is crazy, release a new GRC racer like Lewis or Jeff or Nigel or Rip or, geez, like Danny Swerves. I don't care. Just give us a new one. I don't understand what the thought process was there. All right, who's up next? Strip Weathers, a.k.a. The King. Love this guy. What an iconic character. You really do feel like you're getting your bang for your buck when you buy this guy versus Nile Speedcone. A little sliver of metal, a little green stick, basically. I mean, this you're getting, you know, a licensed real-life car based on a real-life famous NASCAR driver. Where does it say it here? Yeah, Plymouth Superbird. Petty. So, yeah, a lot goes into this. And, you know, they're crediting it as such down there. All right, moving right along. Who's up next? Dexter Hoover with a green flag. So he's back after debuting in Case Q. Case Q was the one with My Name's Not Chuck, Daryl Cartrip, Mario Andretti, Nikki B, Mater with Sign. I did find quite a few Dexter Hoovers during Case Q's run, but he was not in the Walmart version of the case, so he's a little bit more coveted. In fact, this one here is going to be sent up to the Fresh Trunk, aka Trunk Fresh Green 34. Snagged this one for him. Nice little assortment of cars there on the back. Everyone always mentions why Chuck Armstrong's in the wrong model. It's been like that for years, guys. Goes back to 2009, that stock image there when he was released with his launcher. Yeah, in the Racerama collection. And they've never changed it. But maybe it's intentional at this point. They're like, yeah, it's just like an Easter egg. Basically an Easter egg, right? How they justify not correcting their mistakes. All right. President Mater's back, guys. So you guys might be thinking, well, that looks pretty familiar. Well, it should. He was released last year. Granted, it did have the new for 2024, almost said 5, yellow circular logo that is now removed. However, slight nuance, the international version of 2024 President Mater would not have had that. If you guys don't know, international cards do not have the new for 2020 whatever logo on it. Just completely removed, completely omitted. And then international cards also only show the car that you're holding on the back. Whereas English packages, or these are found in Canada, Australia. So basically English-speaking countries besides the UK. Gets a very, very nuanced. I'm confusing you, I'm sorry. But English packaging will show you other cards you can collect. International packaging shows just the one you're holding. And if there is a new for 2020, whatever logo, that is eliminated. So this is a brand new card variant in the sense that you got new stuff on the back. And yeah, for the front, in terms of an English package, that's also different. Jonathan Gearson makes a nice little appearance up there. Glad to see them toss him in there, which is, really the only option they had, considering Jonathan Gearson's the only new Cars on the Road release we're getting this year, which is just tragic. Whoever made that decision, just don't understand. I know it was probably a collective decision. Like, hey guys, what are we going to release for 2025? Cars on the Road just came out 2.5 years ago. We should probably still do a few things from that, like at least McQueen with clown nose. It's kind of boring, but hey, I'm sure people will like it. It's a McQueen variant. So I was like, you know what? Let's just give him that BMW assistant, tease him early in the year. Just give him a nice tease. And then what we're going to do, we're going to give him the fiber fuel crew chief. But then after that, we're just going to go full race and rescue. I just want to know. I want to be a fly on the wall in that room. But anyway, President Mater's back. Really nice to have him back because he was pretty exclusive, or rare, I should say, in 2024. I did find quite a few, but he was definitely up there in terms of sought afterness. GRC Max Schnell outpaces President Mater in terms of sought afterness, though, because he was only released in Case L. Case L of 2024, extremely rare, right? That case hit Walmart stores in a very, very limited quantity. I never saw that case or even remnants of it at any Walmart. The case just did not hit any other store besides that. No Target, no Meijer, no Fred Meyer, no H-E-B. I don't think, maybe H-E-B. But pretty much nothing else in the States. So it's essentially an international exclusive. I did find this at Spain in, what was the store? El Corre Inglés, right? So the English court, I found Case L, which is nuts. Like, what are we doing? How did this case not hit like Target stores in the US? I don't get it, but either way, the fact that they brought him back this year is a big win for people. And there's a lot of them who missed this guy last year. So again, just like President Mater doesn't have the new for 2024 logo, and the card back shows different releases. The one from last year would have shown, I think, Francesco instead of Cruz, because Cruz was Case M, so she was not out yet. So yeah, Cruz would not have been on here, but Francesco probably would have been in lieu of her. So very minimal difference, but if you're a completist like myself, you're going to need this. But yeah, it's good to have him back. It does feel so weird because I remember there were a bunch of these. Actually, there was just 2 of them at the store in Spain that I was at. And it was the main car I found in Spain, the best one that was available. So I always associated with Spain, even though it's a German racer. And now seeing a USA Target store, it feels so weird. All right. There are 2 cam spinners in this case. And yeah, Cam Spinner's probably going to pegworm here just because there are 2 in the case. I think he's coming back for another case. He's not a new release. He's not a new variant. It is cool to see the triple Dent next gen back, though, especially since there aren't any other real next gens being released as singles this year. You get the couple 2-packs, right? But outside of that, I mean, you get Rusteze, Cruz, and Jackson Storm. So it is kind of cool to see Cam Spinner get a single release like this. Triple Dent. They did not correct his eyes like some people kind of theorized. They're still incorrectly black. Don't understand how that ever happened, but he's been set on that path. It's his destiny to have black eyelids. Doesn't seem like anything's going to change it. And the wheel color is still a little off. So, yeah. Not great, but really cool. He looks nice on the Red Riders packaging. And, hey, look it up. McQueen and Jackson not having to duke it out against each other by themselves. We have Cruz added and High Impact as well. Doesn't really make sense that Jodon Jackson's not here. Actually, I have Jodon Jackson. Who is on the back of Jodon Jackson? That's a good question. Oh. McQueen, Jackson, Cruz. That makes sense, actually, though, because those were the only 3 out before Jodon Jackson, because, of course, they misclassified Slim Hood. Oh, why, Mattel, did you do that? So, yeah, but this one should have Jodon Jackson. So that's my question. A little strange there, but yeah, it's a weird assortment of characters, like High Impact and then just like your 3 main racers. It looks so weird. I don't even know if we're getting anything from Cars 3 after this, so there might not even be an opportunity to update the card back with Cam and maybe Joe to have like a nice Cars 3 collection. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy with Cam. I just think he might start to peg warm a little bit and, yeah, kind of contend with the Cars 1 stock cars in terms of peg warming. Speaking of High Impact, here she is, and it is her first time being released from Thailand and her first time being released since 2018. So kind of a big deal. Her 2018 single was very, very rare. The 2-pack with, I believe it was Jimbo in 2017. Very, very rare. So yeah, this is a significant re-release up there with the likes of... Yeah, I mean, who was a very rare re-release? Or yeah, very rare car. I mean, Fair Game when he got re-released, that was pretty impactful. I wouldn't say, I mean, My Name Is Not Chuck wasn't as significant as High Impact because he had been released a couple more times, and so he wasn't quite as rare. God, who was released? And no, Grem and Acer definitely don't fit the bill. McQueen with Shovel, no. Yeah, High Impact, probably your best re-release so far this year. I mean, Ernie Gearson. I'd say Eugene Carbureski might be kind of a good comparison in terms of just how rare he was going into his Chinese or his Thailand variants here in a couple months. Yeah, I mean, High Impact, you'd have to fork over a pretty penny. And now, since she's out and going to be pretty common, you're in luck. She's going to be like $12 instead of like $100. But yeah, I will be reviewing her soon here so we can examine all the differences between the Chinese version and the new Thailand version. I can already see a lot of them. So that'll be a fun video for sure. And yeah, she definitely looks more female now, which is good. And yeah, this one's perfect to open up because it's a little bendy. All right, speaking of new Thailand variants, the other one in this case is Cho. And yeah, you get Tokyo Mater there, which is how they just do their tunes releases, their singles in particular. If it's a Tokyo Mater 2-pack, they'll give you the proper artworks like we saw with McQueen and Kabuto with Flames. But if it's just a single, you're just going to get the Tokyo Mater slapped on the front, which is how they've always done it, dating back to 2010. Cho was released when they did the Walmart exclusive tunes line in 2013-2014. She was in a 3-pack. I don't believe she was released, though, as a single, like Kyandi was, who was released in case R for her first time from Thailand. And yeah, just like Kyandi, I will be reviewing Cho here as well. Her Thailand variant doesn't seem as different as High Impact's, but still definitely worth a review. And yeah, cool to have this character back. Only her 3rd release ever. Kind of nostalgic considering she debuted in 2010, 15 years ago. And on the back, for whatever reason, you guys know I'm a nerd about this stuff. I have so many questions. One of them being, where is Kayandi? Were they anticipating releasing Cho before Kayandi, and that is why Kayandi's not here? I don't know, just weird. Those are the questions. That's what keeps me up at night. I'm thinking, like, why on Cho's card back does it show Cho herself and not Kayandi? Was this supposed to be Kayandi's card back? Like, I'm sure some of you guys probably think the same stuff. But either way, Cho, Kayandi, Komodo, we're going to get Drift Party Mater. Those will be your 4 singles this year of Tokyo Mater. Bye-bye card got canceled, which sucks, but we have to live with it. You know what we also have to live with, and I have talked about this in several videos before, and so I will limit my oration on this, my rant, to just 30 seconds or so. There's a picture, pretty much explains everything. JW comes out 2015, really nice artwork, looks cool. This is the first time we see his artwork after he got released a couple years prior in a Toys R Us exclusive 3-pack with me and Tia. Awesome. Fast forward to 2019 when the Taco Man Crew Chief gets canceled and the Fiberfield Crew Chief. Sad times. Fast forward to 2024. Mattel uncancels the Taco Man Crew Chief but changes the coloring in the decals and photoshops JW's artwork to reflect Mandy Fruitenbender, the Taco Man Crew Chief. I'm fine with it. They're the same model. I'm okay with that. Fast forward to 2025. Mattel graciously uncancels the Fiberfuel Crew Chief, who is a different model. You can see it's a sedan here, similar to like Gen Tan sedan or Chuck Manifold. And yet, for whatever reason, they decided, let's just keep on running with that same old truck artwork. Photoshop it again. Not a great Photoshop. Like, I don't know, this decal just looks off to me. I know I'm running over 30 seconds. But yeah, this artwork is completely inaccurate. That is a sedan. That's a pickup truck. Or as they say in Australia, a UTE. Hopefully, yeah, it is a UTE. But it's new for 2025, and the diecast is what we really care about. I'll be reviewing her in my very next video. I'm excited about it. I think she looks great as a diecast. Artwork sucks. On the back here, I don't know why we're looking at old Cars 1 releases, as in like from many cases ago. Like, we should be seeing Lightning McQueen with shovel. We should be seeing... Who else? Who was in Case R? Did Case R even have any new Cars 1 characters? It was like Kayandi. Yeah, we should see Christina Whelan, JW, Pick Remember Sarge, McQueen with shovel, My Name's Not Chuck, Daryl Carter, Mario Andretti. Yeah, the wells, just the floodgates opened up there for me. Yeah, so, but we're looking at Case is, yeah, this is basically Case P Cars 1 releases. So I don't know why they didn't update this again. I bicker about the card backs a lot, as you can see, but yeah, some of them just really bother me. I would love to see stuff reflecting, you know, I mean, I guess 3 of these are in the case, but the whole point of having accurate and timely fellow releases on the card backs is so that when you grab one in the store and you're like, oh, hey, what else is here? And you look up at the pegs and you start filtering through the pegs to see other stuff that's on the card back. It's supposed to kind of all jive together. And, you know, Jonathan Wrenchworth and Donna, they were released in a more recent case, I guess, but they debuted way back in 2024, essentially. I mean, in Case P. But that is it. I wish they had 2 of Masha Ellswrench in this case, but 1 will have to suffice. It does seem like a lot of targets are getting in 2 of this case. In fact, the very first reports of someone finding Case U at a store in the U.S., at Target, there were 2 of the case there. So, I don't know, maybe it's going to be a trend. Usually most stores just get in 1 of the case, maybe they restock it a week later, and that's kind of it. Maybe they're getting 2 of this case in for whatever reason. Guys, let me know in the comment section below which car from Case U here is your favorite. I appreciate you bearing with me and all my chaotic thoughts for today. And for the fact that this wasn't an unboxing video, I pretty much had like 1 or 2 choices. Either, you know, you do this video now and you show everyone the cars from the case, or you wait and undefined amount of time for the case to maybe become available sealed. And the problem with that is, well, case T hasn't even become available to buy sealed. So that's a bad sign in my opinion. It doesn't spell well for case U. We're probably going to do the same thing retroactively for case T. Or maybe I'll just wait for that one to eventually become available since we're already skipping over it. I don't know. We'll find out here soon. I do want to show you guys Jodon Jackson. I mean, I literally bled to find him. All right, guys. Thanks as always for watching. I will see you guys in another video here soon. Have a great weekend. Bye now.